A temporary ceasefire to end 15 months of fighting in Gaza began on Sunday, marked by the release of 3 Israeli hostages held by Hamas. The Israeli military also started pulling back from key positions in the region, while some displaced Palestinians began returning home. However, this initial phase of the truce is expected to be tense. As many analysts and senior journalists are arguing, the situation is fraught with challenges, with 3 far-right Israeli cabinet members resigning over the deal and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu facing pressure from hardliners to actually resume the war. Meanwhile, Hamas has framed the ceasefire as a victory. Some have warned that the deep-rooted hatred between Israeli and Palestinians has only intensified, suggesting a complex and uncertain future ahead.
Romi Gonen, who turned 24 in captivity. Romi was dancing with friends at the Nova Music Festival when Hamas terrorists invaded and attacked the festival, massacring and abducting young people from around the world who were celebrating peace, love, and unity. Emily Damari, who turned 28 in captivity. Emily, a dual Israeli and British citizen, was abducted by Hamas from her quiet home in Kibbutz Kfar Aza. Terrorists shot and killed her dog and dragged her into Gaza. And Doron Steinbacher, who turned 31 in captivity. Doron, a veterinary nurse who brutally abducted from her home in Kibbutz Kfar Aza, was still in her pajamas.
Vishal Vivek has been tracking the finer details for us. He joins us live at the moment. Vishal, given the resignation of these 3 far-right Israeli cabinet members and the pressure on Netanyahu to restart the war, how likely is it that this ceasefire will actually hold? What are analysts saying about the key factors that could influence the stability? What are we picking up on?
So as far as the ceasefire is concerned, it's divided into 3 phases. We are so far into the first phase. The first day is over. And as you know, just in the 3 hours that the ceasefire was delayed, Israel continued to bomb Gaza. So that shows you the scale of the operation that Israel has in Gaza. And as far as the phase 2 is concerned, it remains to be seen because far-right ministers, as you mentioned, have resigned. But there are some ministers that have stuck on. They want to continue, and they have said that they would resign only if Israel proceeds with the phase 2 of the ceasefire deal. So phase 2 will also have 42 days, and if Israel continues that ceasefire in those 42 days, some ministers are expected to resign again. So that could mean the fall of Netanyahu government, and Netanyahu wouldn't want that. So far he had delayed the ceasefire deal based on that only. These are reports saying. So we'll have to see what happens after 42 days. So far, the ceasefire deal remains steady. It remains to be going on. And what remains to be seen is that how these ministers respond after 6 weeks. That's when the main action would happen, and the permanency of the ceasefire could be hampered.